Welcome everybody, Dave Cooper here, and we are in Amrush, Germany at MCP, where we're talking about mechanical systems that are prefabricated, like you're seeing behind us here. And we're going to talk about what this is and how it's going to work for you and your offsite technology. And standing with me, we have Marcus, who is a director and business development person here at MCP. And from Wash, we have Michael Wolf joining us. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hello.
Yeah. How long have you worked here?
I'm working here for 3 years now, and MCP is already here in business for 10 years.
For 10 years you've been in business now. Is the business growing?
Yes, the business is growing every year.
Yeah. And tell us a little bit about, what you do here from a plumbing and factory side. Why is this growing?
It's growing permanently because the plumbers saving time actually in getting the ready-made systems.
Yeah.
So the system is basically produced here in the factory according to the drawings and plans from the architect or from plumbers, depend from who we get the orders. The systems are actually prefabricated. It's brought ready to site, and the only thing what you need to do on site is actually putting in a few lines, joining them, and the system is ready.
So prefabricated wall plumbing systems, what we're looking at behind us, everybody, right here, as you were sitting here, this is the shower. I'd be saying shower, this would be my on and off knobs, right? Here we're looking at where the toilet would be, right? So the toilet would come in here, it's a wall hung toilet. This would be where the flusher is, right? Yeah, for sure. And then this would be your wash basin, already in place, ready to go. And over here in Germany and other parts of Europe, they do a whole lot of heating and cooling, hydronic floors, climatic ceilings. So they have the entire manifold built in already. This entire system comes to the job site the way it's shown right here. What's different about MCP, Marcus, is that you guys are custom. You're doing a whole lot of projects every year, and what makes you different from some of the others that are out there, and there's not a lot of you, is that you work from a single family home all the way up to multifamily projects, right? Yeah. So the value of this, when we think of Wash, and we think about how we can bring systems together for a systemized approach, we have less labor, right? Less skilled labor. This helps the plumber immensely.
This helps the plumber massively, and it's also in a two-plan system, so you don't have to do volumetric.
Yeah.
We can stay in our wash system supplying individual wall segments and assemble them on site. And by having the MCP system, it allows us to build up every model what we need, every size.
Yeah.
And it's very, very flexible, so we can actually adopt it on one single system. We can also be scaled up to multi-story houses,
yeah.
Or we can also have 10, 20 or 50 units at the same time. It's extremely flexible.
It is extremely flexible. So let's talk about like a multi-story, building, right? So we have the system here. I'm just going to step back over here. You have all of the vent pipes and everything ready to go upstairs to the next system or downstairs. The only thing the plumber or electrician or whomever has to do on site is make the connection between floors. That's how the system's designed.
That's correct.
And they need limited tools. They already know what they need. They know their exact parts that they need. And a system like this is done in less than 2 days, it sounds like. 2 days in a manufacturing facility. This would take a lot more than 2 days on site because you guys are not only doing the mechanicals, you're doing the framing. The framing and the mechanicals are already installed to include any wiring if it was needed throughout the wall, correct?
And you're saving a lot of different trades, because the trades which you actually have here, it's combined in here. Otherwise, you would need traditionally in Germany 3 or 4 trades to build up the system in the house itself.
That's right.
And with this, you actually be ready. You can bring in it and assemble the entire bathroom in maximum 2 days.
Maximum 2 days on site. And you mentioned a good point, right? So there's master plumbers that would have to build this and certify it on site. But since you're doing that in-house, now you can have people on site do more of the assembly work and do more of the labor because all the detail and really hard stuff's already been completed.
That's correct. Because basically on that you need you can train up your staff to assemble that in the factory. You can use with trained laborers. You don't have to have a perfect trained plumber.
Right.
but you can use it as a trained up staff. And for the installation, you can also do this with trained people.
Yeah.
And just the connections, the important connections to the upper ceilings or to the different pieces must be done by a professional trained plumber.
It must be done
Which is a lot of saving on time on site.
It is a lot of savings on time on site. And I would imagine also for even in the States, like just building inspectors, the plumbing inspector that comes to a job site, when they see a system like this, they have to be, one, super impressed, and two, they already know that it's been tested because it's been done in a certified manufacturing process.
Yes, and it's repeatedly done because all this what you see here is basically planned and repeatedly planned on CAD drawings.
Right.
And for that, you're using always the same components. Mm-hmm. You have a saving on purchasing the various equipments, components. There's a lot of saving there. Yeah. And as I repeat myself, it's a huge saving on the installation time, which is the most cost-effective way of doing it.
Yeah, it definitely is cost-effective. And for all you out there, stick around because we're going to do a factory tour. We're going to walk through each station and show you how this is made. Not only this, but guess what? Bathroom pods. You can pick the whole bathroom up and put it in place, so we're going to show you all that, so stay tuned. Let's take a walk over here so we can show the different systems. Marcus, if you want to step back here, and Marcus has been great showing us around. This, Marcus, is basically your plumbing, gas, and vent stacks, yes? So we don't just do the bathrooms, we just don't do, you know, the toilets and the showers and the water. You're also doing the gas and the ventilation in the building as well. What do you see as the value of something like this?
It's always the same. You're saving time and your planning time is being reduced because you can actually do this with ventilation, air in, air out. You can also run all your systems over heat exchangers, which you save a lot of electricity or energy in general. And on the end of the day, you save CO2.
On the whole thing.
On the whole thing.
So imagine if you're a plumber out there here in the United States or anywhere else in Europe or here in Germany and you're not using this system yet. If you're not, you're wrong. You should be using it. It makes a whole lot of sense to me. But think about the lack of skilled labor. We're all struggling with it globally. Everybody's having a hard time getting trained and skilled labor. This is a way to do more with less. This gives you an advantage on so many levels. So, all right, so we have the plumbing, we have all the manifolds in place, we have the vent. You're also doing the ventilation fans as well for the building. Over on this side shows a whole different product. It's showing actually a two-sided system, which is going to be the bathroom and the kitchen. So why don't we walk over this way? Marcus, come on over here as well. I want Marcus to be part of this. By the way, his English is much better than my German. So I sprechen bisschen Deutsch, and that's about it. That's why he's laughing. So same thing, we're looking at a full toilet system here. We're looking at the wash basin here, right? Get over there and shower for us, Marcus. Let's see, Marcus will be showering over there. Not only do they do the full wall system, they put in all the blocking. So you can screw in, you can hang, whatever you want to do. So we went from the basic system there over to this system. And we're going to talk about the bracing and the system using here, because this is engineering bracing that I have not seen, or wall systems. So really we're just looking at the same thing, bathroom. But on this side over here, Marcus, can you step over that way? On this side of the wall here, right here, this is where the kitchen would come in. So you could actually, for a multi-family project or a new construction, if you actually stacked your bathrooms and kitchens together, you're using both sides of the system now, and it makes it a lot more efficient and a lot more user-friendly, yeah?
What I also have to add on, this system can be used for refurbishing existing buildings. It's a huge advantage actually if you have building structures which need refurbished after 30, 40 years. You can actually take out walls, replace walls to certain things. You're bringing this ready-made systems, and this actually allows you to refurbish an entire apartment for the kitchen or bathrooms within maximum 1 to 2 weeks. And you can do this on multi-stories, which allows your tenant, maybe you just send him on a short holiday for a week, or replace him into a hotel, and you still can he can stay in his apartment. So actually circling or refurbishing the apartment in 1 to 2 weeks is perfect.
You can refurbish an entire plumbing wall system for a bathroom and a kitchen in 1 to 2 weeks using this that is what it's all about, right?
It's all about. You can even bring this down if you actually talk about the entire building, which you have probably 4 or 5 stories.
Yeah.
You can do actually 4 or 5 stories in the 3 weeks.
That's amazing. So not only for new construction then, Marcus, we're using it also for renovations, refurbishing old apartments, and the idea is to how can you do it faster, quicker, and cause less disruption to the occupants of the building.
That's correct.
Right, which displacing anybody from where they live is hard for anybody, and to be out less is great. All right, so we have the plumbing rack systems here. We have all this installed. Behind you, Marcus will do the demonstration for us, but this one here to the left is for the toilet. And if you're a handicapped person, you're gonna love this. The toilet can raise and lower with you, so you don't get stuck in a compromised position in the bathroom, I would imagine is the benefit. But I think that is absolutely amazing. I haven't seen that. It might be in the States, but they are designing systems now for, handicapped or elderly people that need more assistance getting on and off of the toilet. I think that's great. And not only with the toilet, but to the right of that is also for the sink or the water basin. So if you're in a wheelchair or you're hunched over or you have a walker, this gets close enough so it gets down far enough that you can actually wash your hands. I can see this being used in hospitals everywhere. Medical facilities for sure, to include, even my grandparents' house.
Yeah, this can be used actually in hospitals. It's used for hospitals, for elderly person homes, and also in private households.
In private houses?
In private houses also, if you need that.
Sure. The racking systems you're using here, and I want to show this. I mean, this is normal construction here in Germany on how you would build this. The one we were standing in front of before is the newer construction that you're doing. But even with this is a clip system, it looks like, right? Everything just pressure clips together and locks in place. But when you add your gypsum board, or we call it sheetrock in the United States, you can drill right into this. And it holds in place. And again, this is doing several things, right? One, you're getting all your plumbing, heating, water, manifolds, ventilation, pre-built in the system, and it's light, and we're gonna show that when we go upstairs, but you're also getting all your framing in one system. So you've eliminated having to have the framer do this. You've also taken out the risk that it's not gonna be framed correctly or something's not gonna be right. And we're gonna talk about that when we go upstairs as well. But also, anybody can install it. You just carry it in, set it in place, and then the plumber and the plumber's helpers and electricians can come and just start hooking all of their things to it.
Yeah, that's correct. You can actually do it with 2 teams. One team actually supplies us to the individual rooms. They've pre-fixed it, mounted, and then your plumber comes in and connects it.
Yeah. Let's show one other thing over here too, which I thought was great. Vince, I don't know if you can see these, but we have these here and this here, right? These are the exact locations. We all have standards they have it in Germany, we have it in the United States. When you're doing your toilets or your sink basins, there's standard connection points for pretty much everything. This basically is a marker for your gypsum board or your sheetrock. You always know exactly where that is. It's at the right height. So think about, we're always measuring, is it at their code height that it's supposed to be? Is the toilet at the right height it's supposed to be? This allows you to just put your gypsum board up, it marks it for you there. You can see it down here as well. I think this is absolutely amazing, and I'm super excited to start showcasing how this all comes together and how they're using it in a volumetric format where they're doing bathroom pods where the entire bathroom is either roughed in with this, or as you're gonna see, it's a complete bathroom. So why don't we go show them how to do the manufacturing on this? We're gonna go into the manufacturing facility. And by the way, the showroom floor is as neat as the factory floor. There's no dust, it's very clean. And wait until you see the CLT building structure, because these workers actually get to work in the beauty of all that. So let's go in and we'll see you at Station 1.